Hey traders, just wanted to do a quick analysis on Cardano or ADA. Yeah, man, looking at the tether chart on Binance, whatever, there's not too much data here, but it's just the one we've been charting based on some of your requests and all that. And a lot of people use Binance anyway. So this thing was in a downsloping channel, right? Since the huge plunge when we started getting some normalization on our price action, we formed a structure. They're downsloping, very similar to many other altcoins, my God. And so eventually something happened. Brilliantly, we had some bullish divergence. November is when it started, huge spike in negative momentum. And then we hit that nadir level, that 2015, or December 15th, 2018. That was the lowest low for Bitcoin and mostly everything else. And so we got a nice pop of the upside, and then instead of making lower lows, we made higher lows, all right? Then we formed some price contraction, but that's not it. And I'll show you on the 4-hour chart what else was going on with ADA, all right? So the triangle breakout, that's awesome, man, right? So a couple ways to look at it. The way we targeted ADA was Fibonacci, right? We didn't use the measure move, okay? So from the high point to low point, we just hit the 618. All right, you could have taken profit at the 50% and the 618, but also you could take profit at the 886, 786, whatever. But it's a triangle. It's a breakout of a structure that's been going on. I mean, first anchor point was June of 2018, man. So this is like a retrace, but it's not your most major retrace. You could also fib from way up here. This is like your discernible swing high before. All right, and so we're getting confluence right here, because if you think about it like this, if you fib it like this high to low, we have yet to even hit a 23% retrace. All right, we've just broken above the 200-day moving average. All right, so this thing, if we, if the fibs are right, we could run all the way up to the 1272, and that's near a 38% retrace, which is really not much. But remember, the prevailing trend is been bearish lately, so you can fib short-term and make short-term trades, but this could be a much longer-term thing. I mean, think about it. Remember, everything's relative to the amount of time you were in a previous structure. If you break out, if you've been in something since June and we're in March, almost April of 2019, it might take a while for us to retrace to those levels from where you fibbed, right, from the height of the structure. So you just have to be patient with this and just be happy that we were able to get in on this. And the 88 of BTC we're going to look at was great. All right, so triangle breakout, measure move. You want to keep like this very, very simple measure principle of a symmetrical triangle from the low point to high points. Let me get this, dude. Oops. All right, so measure moves around 886, right? So we'll see you up there. See if we can make it. Problem is on the daily and 4-hour, you were overbought. Like this is at 78. All right, we have never obviously there's more data on other exchanges. I know that, but on this chart we've never hit a daily RSI of 78. All right, so let's go to the 4-hour and see what else is going on. All right, here's reason for look. I mean, you're near the top of a channel, right? 6.48 cents, 6.5 cents, excuse me. That is not going to be easy to break. How are you going to break it when you're overbought on the daily and 4-hour? I mean, that's just these channels are respected, all right? So it would not be weird at all if we pulled back. We barely pulled back here. We didn't really pull back at all since we hit this bottom in early March, all right? So a couple weeks now or more, just straight up almost, right? So maybe we can pull back and then break it eventually. I just don't know how you're going to get the measure move of the triangle if with this sloping trend line and being overbought. All right, so expect some pullback maybe soon, but congratulations on a target being hit for a trade setup we had on Patreon. Awesome. Okay, so now we're going to look at 88 of BTC because it did things too, and it was wonderful, man. The neckline, the critical resistance. If you look at the last live stream I did with Cardano in the title, we were talking about we were at a critical resistance point, and we discussed what could happen if we broke that neckline and gave the reasons why. And the reasons why were, look, man, obviously some sort of inverse head and shoulders, all right, double bottom on the right side. There's a double bottom on the left side too. The symmetry is pretty fascinating here. You just went straight up, consolidated a little bit, But now we're hitting that 382. We're above the 382. And so you'd expect, right, the golden zone is between 1515 and 1935 sats, right? The golden zone, right? That is where we commonly retrace after a huge impulse down. And the major discernible swing highs all the way up July of 2018, all right? And so you're already in the golden zone. That's great. But the measured move of like the coupled handle is a little bit above the 50% retrace at 1767. So, I mean, look, we're overbought right now. I'm sure on the daily we're overbought too. Yep, oh my God, a daily, you're at 84 on the RSI. If you're not expecting a pullback, I don't know what to tell you, dude. It's crypto, I get it. But maybe you could run a little bit more. But look, right upon you, there's a wick from March of 2018. All right, so 1 year ago, we're approaching it, very, very close to it. So we might struggle, see some turbulence before we hit that measure move of this pattern, before pulling back some maybe for a few days. Could even back test the neckline if we want, and then run again. But just remember how this works, okay? When you go straight up, there's no support looking left. When the rug gets pulled, you're going to sell off. And eventually you'll get exhausted and you'll run back up, right? You'll show divergence, right? Tons of divergence was here. You run up, you retrace, right? We just make retraces from a high point way up there to the low point down here. And then you hit those levels and then you sell off again and then you just knock out the rest where there's just no support, right? But the same thing holds true when you get big reversals like this. This is huge, all right? This is like coupled handle, inverse head and shoulder, whatever. I mean, it's just a nice looking reversal. This is like just price action that looks like a reversal, and it truly was, right? And so when you have no resistance on the way up, it plays the exact same role as it does on the way down. So high to low, golden zone between 1515 and 1935. Measure move is at 1777, or let's just say 1776 for America. All right, sweet. Okay, but just know we haven't been at 83, 84 on the RSI since what? The Great FOMO. The Great FOMO, January of 2018. Wow. Expect some pullback, but hey, wonderful news on Cardano. Why? Well, you just got yourself a golden cross on the 17th of March. All right, y'all. If you enjoyed this little quick update, please hit that like button, that bell, that sub. Congratulations, Cardano. We've been, following this one regularly, and it's doing what a lot of other alts are doing. So, happy trading out there. I'll be live in a little while. Please leave a comment below. Really, for real, that's like good for engagement, and feedback's awesome too. So I know if you want me to keep doing these, I'll keep doing them. Right. So, until next time, respect the TA.